Well, in the big news just coming in, BSY has rescued 4 people after their car fell into a lake. 3 women and a child had fallen into the lake. The incident happened in Shikaripur's Chikkajogina Alli BSY rescues the 4 with the help of his bodyguards. And this is the big news which is just coming in. BSY rescues 4 people after their car fell into a lake. Three women and a child had fallen into the lake. The incident happened near Shikaripur's Chikkajogina. BSY rescued the 4 with the help of his bodyguards. B.S. Yediyurappa has come to the rescue of 4 people after their car fell into a lake. 3 women and 1 child are said to have fallen into the lake, and the incident happened near Shikaripur's Chikkajogina. BSY rescued the 4 with the help of his bodyguards. This is the big news which is just coming in. BSY rescued 3 women and a child who had fallen into a lake near Shikaripur's Chikkajogina. BSY rescued the 4 with the help of his bodyguards. Well, there's another bit of big news coming in. There is no evidence of rape on Maitreya Gowda. A medical report has confirmed that Maitreya was not raped. Well, that's the big news which is just coming in. No evidence of rape on Maitreya Gowda. A medical report has confirmed that Maitreya Gowda was not raped. Well, this is the big news which is just coming in. A medical report confirms that Maitreya Gowda was not raped and there is no evidence of rape on her. Well, I'm joined by my colleague Akshita on the phone line. Well, Akshita, this gives a whole new twist to the case. She had alleged in her complaint that she had been raped, but now a totally different twist to the case. Akshita.
Absolutely, Michael. In fact, this will mean that essentially in the complaint that she's filed, the allegation of rape will be removed. Remember, Karthik Gowda has been booked for not just rape but cheating as well as kidnap. So having said that, of course, rape was the most serious charge there. That in all likelihood will be removed. It seems like maybe if there was any intercourse, it was consensual, it was not rape, considering that this is what the medical reports have stated. This is based on a preliminary report, Michael. There's no confirmation, of course, from the doctors, but our sources have gone ahead and told us that there's absolutely no evidence of rape. There are no marks on her body and doesn't look like at any point she was forced into intercourse. So this definitely adds a new twist to the tale, Michael. More so, it will come as a big breather for Karthik Gowda, because this will mean that partially, in fact, 3/4 of the majority possibly of the blame could in fact be taken off, and the charge of rape will be removed if once again that report confirms that Maitreya was not raped. If it was consensual, Michael, this entire case could turn on its heels. Even the cheating could possibly be removed. Only the fact that in the premise of marriage he went on to convince her to get into a physical relationship could be held against him. But if in fact those medical reports do absolve him of any blame with regards to that rape term alone, Michael, this will be a big breather for Karthik Gowda.
But what are the other charges in the complaint, the strong charges which Maitreya Gowda could possibly hope to get the case going in her side, in her favor, Akshita?
Well, Michael, in fact, this particular medical report will absolve Karthik Gowda of rape, and that's pretty much it, because what we have to keep in mind is that based on her complaint, the police have charged Karthik Gowda of cheating, of sexual exploitation, as well as of kidnap. Now, sexual exploitation will be out of the question if it's confirmed that there was absolutely no rape, but the other two still hold good. Still are very strong allegations, considering, of course, we're talking about the son of D.V. Sadananda Gowda. Kidnap as well as cheating could, in fact, remain, and those two will be very, very serious charges. But no doubt, if rape is removed, the punishment will be that much lesser when compared to what Maitreya would have possibly expected. Of course, she has time and again stated that she was not looking for punishment for Karthik Gowda, but in her complaint copy, Michael, if you actually read through that, time and again she stated that he went on to physically and forcibly consummate their marriage, that he had raped her 4 times. This is the exact word that she had used in her complaint. So that, of course, will be removed, considering that the medical reports have confirmed that she has not been raped. There were absolutely no bruises on her body, and it has been confirmed that if at all there was intercourse, it was consensual, Michael.
Now that it seems like Maitreya Gowda doesn't have so strong a case as before, how will she progress? Will she just hope that the police take action on Karthik Gowda on the other 2 complaints, Akshita?
Well, it will be interesting to see how she takes this forward, because a lot of curiosity surrounds exactly that aspect, Michael. Because on one hand, we have her saying, look, I don't want any action against Karthik Gowda. All I want is for him to come back to me and announce that I am his wife. That's what she states she's looking for, in which case she will be more than glad with this development. But having said that, the obvious question that arises is, why did she go to the police in the first place? She claims that it was the only way she could get justice. It was the only way her voice could be heard. But also, she wouldn't have gone to the extent of calling it rape then, Michael. She would have stated that he had cheated her, he had promised her of marriage, and then gone ahead and gotten engaged to someone else. That too, by itself, is a huge crime. It's a crime under the law. So having said that, Michael, it looks like at this point it's impossible to say exactly what Maitreya's motives are. Does she want Karthik to be punished or not? If what she's saying is true, that she only wants Karthik to go ahead and announce that she is his wife and does not want him punished, she too will possibly be heaving a sigh of relief, Michael.
But will the investigation still go ahead, Akshita, because there are still 2 other complaints? The police will probably still probe the case.
Absolutely, Michael. There's no question, of course, that despite the fact that rape has been dropped, there are still 2 very serious charges, that of cheating as well as kidnap. And we have to keep in mind that in these kind of incidents, when, of course, a woman claims that she was cheated into marriage, it's taken very, very seriously. So the police cannot afford to rest, also because we're talking about a high-profile case, the kind of media attention that this kind of a case has received. The police cannot afford to let it rest, cannot afford to let it go, simply because it's been confirmed that she has not been raped. They will have to take this case forward, and come what may, Michael, if in fact Karthik is also found of being guilty of cheating, he will still face very strict punishment. So there's no doubt that the police will continue to take this forward. In fact, earlier in the day, they also issued summons to Maitreya based on the fact that we've got these medical reports. It seems that maybe she has finally turned up and gone ahead and provided all the evidence she has at hand. If she does give those images, those phone conversations that she does have to the police, Michael, we could be looking at some sort of headway in the investigation. As of now, of course, with rape being pushed out of the equation, the police will be looking at confirming cheating and kidnap and trying to build a strong case around this, Michael.
Akshita, do you think the angle of amnesia would also be taken into consideration, since there are speculations doing the rounds that after his accident, Karthik Gowda seems to have a problem with his memory?
Well, that will be a very, very interesting development to watch out for, Michael, because what we have to keep in mind is that there's been no confirmation from the Gowdas about Karthik's health condition. To, of course, highlight to the viewers at this point, Karthik had, in fact, met with an accident in September 2008. Ever since then, of course, he was in a coma for nearly 3 months. A lot of talk that after that as well, even today, repercussions of that accident are felt, as in he has a short-term memory loss, wherein his memory lasts for a maximum of 3 3 days. Is there any truth to that? We cannot confirm. But the police, while they're investigating the matter, no doubt will have to look into it, because if that is true, Michael, it will be a sensational development, to say in the least, and in which case possibly Karthik will not be held guilty for his acts, considering, of course, that he suffers from a mental condition. And in that case, it will take a completely different course of action. But at this point, it is speculation. There is no confirmation that he suffers from any sort of mental illness, that he suffers from short-term memory loss or anything else for that matter. So no doubt the police will look into it. If they do confirm that Karthik Gowda does have such a condition, it will be interesting to also see how the family reacts. Will they go ahead and admit that yes, he has an issue, so let him go on with his life, let him remain in his engagement with Swati, or will they go ahead and ensure that he has a happily ever after with Maitreya, is exactly what she wants, of course. So we will have to wait to watch those developments. No doubt that will be very interesting to watch out for, Michael.
But the fact that rape has been ruled out, Akshita, isn't it a little bit embarrassing for Maitreya? Do you think it will affect her, because she doesn't have as strong a case as she did earlier this morning?
Right, Michael. In fact, it is understood that to a larger extent, maybe she got carried away, because as I stated earlier, of course, there was a point when she was stating that all she wants is to ensure that she gets her husband back, and that's all she wants because she truly loves him. But the obvious question that arises then, why go ahead and put up such a strong case against him? If you only wanted the police to file a case and ensure that the action is taken, she would have booked him for cheating. She would not have called it rape. In her complaint copy, she's got ahead and very clearly stated that he had forcibly consummated the marriage, that he had raped her 4 times in Bengaluru. Those are the exact words she's used, Michael. She's not spoken about it being consensual. She's clearly stated that she was forced into it, and that Karthik Gowda time and again wanted to get into a physical relationship with her. Now, these are all very, very grave allegations. Did she, in fact, think that even if she gets her husband back with such allegations, he would get away scot-free from the law? It's impossible to decipher at this point, but no doubt the case has become that much weaker. But with the kind of publicity, with the kind of hype, and the kind of person that Karthik Gowda is, the son of T.V. Sadananda Gowda, it seems that even if it's cheating and kidnap, the case will still be taken forward no matter what, Michael.
Well, thank you, Akshita, for joining us with all those details in that story. Well, there has been no evidence of rape on Maitreya. Medical reports have confirmed that there is no evidence of rape on Maitreya. She had earlier today filed a complaint stating that she had been raped 4 times. But at the end of the day, in the evening, medical reports have confirmed that there was no evidence of rape. On 14th September 2008, Karthik Gowda had met with a grave accident. The accident took place at Padubidri near Mangalore. It happened when he was travelling from Manipal to Mangalore. He was in a coma for 3 months and he had suffered a severe head injury during the accident. After that accident, people say that he started suffering from short-term memory loss. He was receiving treatment at Manipal Hospital in Udupi and also at Nimhans. He remembers anything for just a maximum of 3 days. Karthik Gowda has done his engineering in computer science from Nitte College of Engineering. Well, this is a latest update on Karthik Gowda, who had suffered an accident a few months back, and it says, and there is speculation that he suffers from a short-term memory loss and he can remember things for a maximum of only 3 days. Well, the accident is said to have happened on 14th September 2008, and the accident was a grave one, and it took place at Padubidri near Mangalore, and it is said to have affected Karthik Gowda's short-term memory. It says he remembers things only for a maximum of 3 days. That's what we have heard.